Hey, everybody, it's Dale Jr. at the Dale Jr. Download with co-host Mike Davis. This is the Ask Junior YouTube live segment presented by Nationwide. So let's get right to it, Leah.
Mike wants to know, what is a bad habit that you have that you weren't aware of before Amy and getting married?
A bad habit that I've had? Oh, well, I guess leaving the toilet seat up. That's the one that Amy reminds me of all the time. And one of the funny things about that is when we started dating, and maybe other guys have had this experience, but when we started dating, it was the toilet seat, like leaving the seat up. Then when we get married, it's the lid too. So I thought, okay, I'm doing great. I got the seat down. I'm always leaving the seat down for my fiance. And then when we got married, the lid became part of the whole thing.
Man.
And now it's like, you left the lid up. I'm like, when?
Well, yeah. Why does that matter?
How did it change? It's changed. The rules have changed. So that'd be probably one bad habit. Oh, and
next it'll be like a duvet cover.
Flushing. Also, flushing with the lid down.
Yes, you have to do that.
Because of the germs.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I never, when I was a bachelor, never flushed with the lid down. But now it's all about closing that lid and getting it flushed before, and that's it. That's probably that's the one thing. I do it every day, and so it's always on my mind. Every time I close the lid, I'm like, this is how I've been taught to do it now.
She trained you well.
Yeah.
I'm impressed. Ty wants to know, what is your favorite paint scheme this year?
Oh, well, it's still early in the season. We're going to see a lot more, special paint schemes throughout the year. But the one that I still like from last year is Ryan Blaney's paint scheme. Very colorful paint scheme that he has, PPG paints or something, whatever it is. That one's great. But one that I loved last year too was Alex Bowman's Valvoline paint scheme, and he probably will have another Valvoline scheme. That's a great opportunity for a good paint, so we'll see how that works out. Anybody got some favorites?
I don't know that I have favorites. I'm still shocked that Blaney's paint scheme is your favorite. It goes against everything that I thought you liked about paint schemes. You like clean paint schemes, preferably white. Now, does his car have white wheels? Is that what it is?
The PPG one
has
the one
white wheels.
Is it the white and blue one, or
it's blue, red, yellow,
all
everything.
Colors.
I mean,
it's a little loud for what I thought.
It's a step below the Peter Max car that Dale Earnhardt.
I think it's a good-looking race car. I do. I like a car. I mean, it's early in the year though. A lot left.
I like Nationwide's paint scheme. I like Alex Bowman's paint scheme, and that's not because they're a sponsor of the segment. I think it's a cool-looking race car.
I like the one with the dogs on it a couple weeks ago.
Of course.
That was cool.
The Nationwide dog, yeah.
Yeah.
You would.
I still am a fan of the Gray Ghost that we did and the blue and silver Nationwide paint scheme we did with silver side, blue top.
That was sporty.
Car.
It was sporty, for sure.
Mandy wants to know, any special plans for Amy's birthday today?
Well, we're going to put this out later so I can tell you, but I'm going to go get a card for myself, for Isla. I'm going to handwrite in the card, handwritten letter. Amy told me the other day that I've never given her a handwritten letter, so I'm going to do that.
This is live, too, remember.
Shoot, that's right.
We're shooting live right now.
Well, hopefully she doesn't hear about this. But I'm going to give her a handwritten letter and a card. Isla gets a card to give to her. I'm going to have hopefully a gift from Isla that'll be fun. Flowers, we're going to go to dinner.
All right.
Yeah.
Nice.
Thanks.
Listen, the card is the best thing in this. When we're our age, they don't need a whole lot. They just need the
Be careful there because.
Oh, she needs a lot?
No, she doesn't need a lot, but put some thought into it. It's really not about, and I'm not teaching you any lessons you don't know, but to everyone out there, it's not about the size or the money you spend. It's about the effort,
the gesture,
the effort that goes into it, and the thought. Just to show you care.
Well, I'm interested to hear what you come up with then.
Yeah.
Not that I'll ever know unless you tell us. Just let us know next week how you did, if you felt like she liked it. That's all I need to know.
Sherry has a good question. When the race is won, how many actual trophies are given out? Just like the driver, crew chief, owner all get one? Like, for example, the Martinsville, who gets the clock?
Well, This is typically what happens with the clock. I mean, the driver gets a clock. I don't know if there's a second clock for the owner, but sometimes, a lot of times, the drivers those clocks can be reproduced, and the driver can call and order clocks for the team. I know a lot of drivers that have done that. And so the team can buy the clocks at maybe a discount price, and the driver covers the rest of the expense. Most racetracks, though, there'll be 2 identical trophies, one for the driver, one for the owner. And then there's sometimes there's a track trophy and then the presenting sponsor trophy. There could be 2 trophies. And I know when we raced in Xfinity Series forever, we had the Xfinity trophy, and then we had the track and the presenting sponsor trophy. So there are 2 different trophies for each win you would get, which is gets pretty confusing, especially as time passes. You're looking at these trophies going, which one goes to which track and all that.
Groathouse wants to know how many hats you have, and do you have like a specific way you organize them?
What? Hats?
Hats. Like, how do you organize your hats?
Oh man. Yeah. I keep a lot of. We keep so if we'd win a race, we get a lot of hats, right? There's a big hat dance in Victory Lane, and those hats come home in a bag, and I put that bag in storage. So I have a lot of bags of hats from certain wins that I've kept over time. I keep hats from my past with race teams. So I have all kinds of hats from when I raced in the late model series, Xfinity series. We kept all of those things over the years, so all that's in storage.
Dude, there's got to be some great hats in those bags.
I got tons of hats.
Think about all those cool sponsors that would be just contingency sponsors that have hats. Yeah. I'm telling you.
And so, but the hats that I wear, they're just laying around the house. I don't know. I don't really organize them. I have a drawer. There's a little chest right next to the front door, and there's a drawer, and I keep about probably 20 hats in that.
Yeah, me too. Actually.
And so when I walk downstairs, I pick a hat out of that drawer, and there I go. That's my hat.
East County Tire brought up the big news about Gronk retiring.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
Great. I think the guy, these guys are making so much money today that they can afford to retire sooner. A lot of guys played for maybe 2 reasons. They love the game, but they're also making a lot of great money or needing to make more money, see an opportunity to make more money. But now, guys are getting paid so much after that first contract, that first rookie contract, that really that's enough money, for them to retire at 30 and say, I'm good. And he's won a lot. He's won. He doesn't have that urge to continue to play to chase after a title. He's got titles, so he's in a situation where he has personality, opportunity to do other things, whether it be in business. Entertainment. This guy has a whole nother life beyond playing football that he probably wants to get started on. And also, I think, injuries. He's played through injuries over the second half of his career. He's probably tired of that, probably tired of being banged up in his body, and he's probably carrying around some of those injuries every day. Even after they heal up, he still has those pains and aches in the mornings when he gets up. And I also feel like I haven't really heard this from players, but I feel like that, we see them play the games during the regular season, but there is so much more going on that they have to do throughout, training camp, mini camps, and all that stuff to keep themselves in playing shape. And I think that grueling schedule during the off season can be a deterrent. A lot of as guys, I think when you see guys, the really, really good guys that sort of retire, but then they decide to come back, they always skip training camp. You ever notice that?
Oh, of course. Yeah, that's your first rite of passage if you're successful, is if you're able to skip training camp.
Yeah.
Then you're one of those.
I'll come back and play, but I don't want to do the training camp.
Right.
I'm gonna just
They negotiate that stuff.
They do, and so I think that it just shows how difficult that job is, and that's how.
For the YouTube audience, we had Rusty Wallace in here a little while ago, and we were talking about Rusty after retirement and how Rusty, it took a while to come to grips with not racing. I don't worry about that for Gronk. Yeah. I think Gronk is going to be just fine.
Right.
I don't think he's going to be, man, I miss football. Because Gronk,
With that said, Jason Witten decided to come out of retirement to come back and play, and he's quite a bit older than Gronk. Maybe Gronk goes a year and gets a little rest, gets a little time away, and says, you know what? Actually, I miss competition. I miss playing. I miss the guys, the camaraderie, the locker room. There's going to be all those things outside of just playing the game that aren't going to be part of his life anymore, and maybe he doesn't even know that. And so I wouldn't be surprised if he does come back.
I think he comes back before the end of this next season if they're in playoff contention.
Listen,
I don't know why I have that little thing that I think it's going to happen.
I know it's almost cliche when somebody that was very successful at their sport retires, and then the people just assume they're going to go to TV. I'm just going to tell you though right now, Gronk on TV changes the ratings games and games that I could not care less about. I would care about if Gronk was.
Has he done TV?
I don't know, but I'm just saying
It'd be entertaining.
it would be fun to watch.
Yeah.
It would. All right.
He could be the next
Smash.
John Madden. Because he could do the booms
Yeah.
and the bang. Watch this. Yeah, wham. He gets in there and wham. I can see Gronk doing that. That was what was great about
Right.
You
You know
have that
how
color, man.
Do you remember in the NCAA? You guys might remember this because, but I do. It was 2012. Alabama was in the national championship game, and Brent Musburger makes that comment about A.J. McCarron's girlfriend at the time, his future wife, and he's like, "I tell you what, boys, get in the backyard and whoop around that football. That's what you got coming if you're good at quarterback." That will be Gronk any week, right? If they pan a shot to someone's girlfriend or just a girl in the crowd, Gronk cannot not comment about it, right? That'll be Gronk. I'll watch it. All right, go ahead.
Yeah.
That's it for today.
That's it?
Yeah.
We can't end on that one, right?
Yeah, I thought that was a good
We're
one.
ending on that one, I guess. All right. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in to the Ask Junior YouTube live segment of the show presented by Nationwide. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And the podcast will be out later tonight. Dilner's going to edit that for you guys and get it out there. And then obviously don't forget about the show on NBCSN at 5 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. So see you guys in.
Thank you, everybody.